everyone, Sirturmund here again. So today I brought you the counter to control. Today I want to bring you those control decks that are actually doing well. And one of the best decks in the meta right now is going to be Darkness. So Darkness received a buff where Catalyzer goes back to being a 3-2. It's actually huge. It's actually huge. It allows you to block a lot of fearsomes, and it allows you to push some extra damage every now and then, which is actually a lot more important than people give it credit for, because at the end of the day, most of the times you're finishing games with Darkness by burning the opponent's Nexus. So those extra points of damage end up mattering, but I think the most important fact is that you have a fearsome blocker. You have a really good fearsome blocker, and it's amazing at that. The deck, if you guys haven't seen it by now, in ladder, is very slow. And honestly, as you see by the thumbnail, it's a snooze fest sometimes. Because it's really as controlly as it gets. So you're just spending the whole turn removing the opponent's stuff. You drop their champions, and then your champions let you remove the opponent's stuff even better because their Darkness does more damage or the Darkness becomes fast speed. And you're just trading back and forth, trading removal back and forth until you kind of end up winning the game, right? My choice for this deck list, I like 1 group shot, 3 Pokestick, 3 Biofeast. Protects me against a lot of early units, especially because we're not running well. So those are my choice for one health pings. Then we play Conchologist, Acolyte, and Catalyzer as 2 drops. Conchologist just gives us a lot of value with his cards. Acolyte, obviously the Darkness, and Catalyzer both the Darkness damage. 2 Miscall, because currently it's a control heavy meta. So there is a lot of times that your Veigar is going to die to like a Vengeance or something. So you can use Miscall to bring that Veigar back from the dead. 1 Wallop to stop some Kaisers, because there's a lot of Kaisers out there. We can stun their Kaisers so they're not just killing us on the bat. Because of Kaiser and because of control, I like Triple Aloof in this version of the deck. It can get rid of Kaiser, it can get rid of Void of Abomination, or it can get rid of like a Senna or a Veigar if you're going to the mirror, or Field the Rush if you're going against Field the Rush, for example. Road Maker just for the lower cost value, and it's a really great blocker as a 3/4. Veigar is just Veigar. Is your main win condition of the game. You want to level up Veigar and then just burn the opponent's Nexus. But if you can safely drop in on turn 4 and know that the opponent doesn't have a way to remove him, then it's fine to do it as long as you're buffing up your Darkness. Senna just gets a lot of value because of how she can create the Darkness so often and then becomes fast speed. Stally lets you burn the deck, lets you burn the opponent's Nexus, and just lets you turbo level Veigar sometimes. I do play 2 Minimorph, 3 Vengeance, and 1 Ruination as my removal. 2 Minimorph is so that I can hit that Kaiser right away and play around like Rider Negation. Triple Vengeance is for every other matchup and in case that I don't draw the Minimorph. So I like Minimorph a lot. I think it's a little bit underrated right now. It plays around Deny, it plays around Rider Negation. It can be a little bit breaky though that we're playing so many removal. So you usually don't want to keep your removal early on. You want to just try to draw them later into the game. Unless you're going to get Skies and maybe you want to keep 1 Minimorph instead. But yeah. And then finally, the Ruination. So yeah, this deck list is very good. Very, very good. But the decks, the games take forever, as you'll see in the video today. So if you're going to play this deck, if you're a fan of control, just be prepared for like long dragged out games, right? So enough about that. Though this is one of the best decks in the meta, so I need to showcase it so that anybody that doesn't know about it can learn how to play it. So I hope you enjoy the games now. And if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LoR videos every single day. I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Heimerdinger Jayce. Okay, we don't play well, so that could be a problem. Opponent has access to Mystic Shock, so that could be a problem here too. Let's see if we... Oh, he kept 3 cards. He kept 3 cards. Ooh. I think I'm gonna pass. I think I'm gonna pass on turn 2. See if the opponent decides to summon another unit before we do our Catalyzer. Okay? That tells me the opponent has Mystic. I think we just we can tell that the opponent has Mystic now, in my opinion. Because he would have done the Financier last turn if he wanted to. So let's do the Acolyte. Let's do the Pokestick. And at least start getting some draw. Maybe we bait out the Mystic right here, right? Maybe the opponent gets baited into the Mystic. Oh, I hate the Adaptron. Hasn't done any 6-cost card though. Hasn't done a 6-cost card, so I think we're still fine. I like to open so that we can potentially stop the Jayce. Our hand is not great. Our hand is not great, and opponent easily has Mystic Shot. Huh. So what does he go for here? If he goes for... Really? Really? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think opponent's letting us draw too much. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we have to play a card here. Opponent doesn't have to play a card just yet. We definitely have to play the card. We definitely have to play a card because otherwise we lose. We burn a card, right? And we do not want to burn a card. So maybe we go with Darkness first. I don't mind the Darkness here. It puts the French fry in range of the Pokey Stick. Right? We have a choice. It can be the Minimorph, but the Minimorph gets punished if the opponent has access to... I think it's Minimorph. The Vengeance gets punished if the opponent has access to the 3-cost spell that refills the mana. So at least this way, opponent doesn't get any turrets whatsoever. We have double Vengeance for Jayce and another Heimer. I guess the only problem is if the opponent has a second Heimer. Yeah, so there we go. We baited out the Mystic, so maybe the Catalyze is actually good now. But we don't want to play it right now because we don't want to tap out of Vengeance mana. Sure. So I like the Catalyzer here. This is the best time to do the Catalyzer because the opponent could Vengeance, right? Opponent just committed a Mystic. If they have the Aftershock, they have to do it like this on only a single target, which is exactly what I was going for. Now, I like doing the Veigar here. I'm forcing the opponent to have the Thermal, and if they have the Thermal, we can Miscall. And we could either hit the Veigar or the Catalyzer, either one of which is going to be good to get our Darkness back to 3 attack. Bit of unfortunate that it was the Catalyzer, but it's okay. It's a little unfortunate, right? So then we go here. We still get the Catalyzer value. And now we're able to kill a Jayce with Darkness plus Biofeast. We still have 9 mana, so we can still do Vengeance plus something else. And I like forcing the opponent to have another way to deal with the Catalyzer. We could just Biofeast first, though. I don't see why not. Let's just Biofeast first. Save ourselves 2 damage. Sure. Second Shock Blast could be a problem if we play the Catalyzer. So why don't we go Road Maker first? Let's go Road Maker first. That plays around the second Shock Blast. What? What is that? Let's go ahead and just push the damage. It's like opponent has their champions, but none of us want to summon our stuff until the other person taps out of mana, right? It's like it's gonna be a game like this forever, where both of us are just kind of taking small trades, right? I'm okay taking this trade because Shock Blast is a thing. We can do the second Road Maker. Now my Darkness is a 1, which becomes even more efficient. So it's a 1 mana, deal 3. Okay. I go Catalyzer here. If opponent wants to play Shock Blast, they're gonna tap out of mana. Okay, he drew the second Mystic. Alright, alright. No, it's not the Acolyte. We already have a Darkness in our hand, so it doesn't make sense. We're gonna both be passing for a while. 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. One of us has to blink first. One of us has to blink first eventually, right? Alright. Alright. That's a good card to... It's a nice non-committal card, right? It's a nice non-committal card. Sure. We could just Battlefield our own unit, to be honest. That's the Flash of Brilliance, yeah. The Flash of Brilliance is what I was scared of. What I was scared of earlier when I was talking about mini-morphing that Veigar. Now, opponent does have enough mana to summon double Jayce here, and that would be a problem. But he has the Vengeance, he has all his stuff. We just lost the Mystic, so... Opponent's scared that we have Ruination as well, which technically it is in our deck, so Ruination is also a punish. Double Mystical protects me against a lot of things. Let's do this first Darkness. I've been wanting to do this Darkness for a while now. I've been wanting to do that Darkness for a while, so that's the perfect way to get there. Really? You're gonna go for it now? So you're gonna let me get the Senna value?
Long road ahead.
So you're gonna let me get the Senna value. I'll go ahead and take that 5, I guess. Sure. I'll go ahead and take that 5. I guess it is kind of risky, though, taking that damage like that. It is a little bit risky taking that damage like that. What I'm trying to do here is level up Senna, right? Because now Senna is going to level up on the stack.
Getting dark.
Forcing the opponent to have to respond to her. Now, I don't want to attack with the Acolyte. Because I don't want my Mystical to get messed up.
Keep your distance. Boom.
So I'm going to just attack with Senna. And leave the Acolyte behind. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we both have 9 cards. Now, by not committing the Darkness, it means that the opponent could kill the Senna here before we can level her up, right? Sure.
Keep your distance.
I wish I could have leveled up that Senna, though. I will admit that. Maybe we had to attack with the Acolyte. Maybe we had to attack with the Acolyte. Maybe it was greedy not to. Now, the problem is that we still don't have our Veigar. Opponent is down to just 10 cards. I mean, opponent just committed a Vengeance and a Thermal. Has committed stuff earlier. Man, this is gonna be such a long game. This is gonna be such a long game. He needs to commit second Vengeance here. We have 9 cards. He has 9 cards. He's gonna commit the second Vengeance here. Yeah. And we're right back to square one. But at least we have the Acolyte, which can start pushing a lot of damage. The problem is that we have to spend a card right here now. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good draw. This is actually a good draw. Who discards something big?
Ah, the sweet smell of science.
Is it Vengeance? Yeah, I think it's Vengeance. I think it's Vengeance. I think it's just a Vengeance here. If opponent has more of the because we have mana for a second Vengeance anyways. Okay, we don't tap out of the second Vengeance, so I want to force him to kill this guy. Okay, we get a mini morph. That's 2 Heimers done. Okay, the more damage that he takes, the better it is for us. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. We will have to commit something here, though. Because we definitely don't want to burn. We definitely don't want to burn Veigar, right? If we get a Veigar. Production search. Do we just slam the Veigar now? Oh, I think we do. Well, I guess we don't have to anymore. We can just Vengeance that Jayce or mini-morph it. Okay, so if we Vengeance the Jayce, I think Vengeance is fine, right? Opponent will have, like, anything that the opponent has that's fast speed shouldn't be a problem, right? Opponent summons second Jayce. That's one Jayce, 2 Heimers down. Opponent summons second Jayce here. If opponent does anything fancy, we can always use Ruination. So, like, they say that he does Production Search here. The Ruination just punishes it. Yeah, if he attacks, we block and then Darkness. So, he's gonna lose the second Jayce for free anyways. Really? Yeah, let's just Vengeance it. Let's just Vengeance it right now. That's 2 Jayce down, 2 Heimers down. Now, opponent has more cards than we do in our deck, so he could deck us out if we're not careful. He could actually deck us out if we're not careful here. How did it get 2 cards ahead of us? Oh, the Pokesticks. The Pokesticks have added up, right? The Pokesticks have actually added up a lot. Let's do Catalyzer. Let's kind of play safe first. That's another Aftershock that the opponent just spent. We're 1 off from leveling up Veigar too. That's the sad part, right? That's the sad part, that we need 1 more. And the Stallies by themselves are not enough until we get him down to 6. We have the minimum for the last Jayce or the Heimer. We have Ruination if we ever get in trouble with a Production Search. Oh, this game is just a pain, man. Round 22. Round 22, and it's just kind of like back and forth. It's like whoever blinks first loses. We lost a Veigar, we lost a Senna. We already used our missed goals. Please draw. Oh, I wanted him to draw so badly. I wanted him to draw so badly. Let's commit the Veigar. You know what? Let's commit the Veigar. Let's force the opponent to have the third Vengeance or the Thermal. Okay, that's the third Vengeance, right? That's the third Vengeance. We can Pokey here. Opponent taps out of mana, so if we get another Veigar, we can summon it. We have a 1 in 11 chance. No, don't get it, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and do Conchologist. Pouncing Bomb, Flame Splitter, all of them are pretty good. Fresh Offerings.
What wondrous discoveries await below.
Okay, that's a 6 attack unit. That's a 6 attack unit. I don't hate it. I don't hate it whatsoever. Many more for the last Jayce. To stop like the double spells. We could just go Stally too instead. But I don't want to leave that Jayce alive enough to do like a double Shock Blast. So I think it has to just be the Stally. Now, I don't think we're going to deck out. I think the game is going to be over before we get to that point. Opponent has already used triple Vengeance. So that's pretty good for us. I'm going to commit the Darkness right here. I'm going to commit the Darkness right here. The other option is committing the Stally and then the Darkness. That pushes the damage to the face, but then that taps us out of being able to deal with Jayce. Which I think dealing with Jayce is kind of more important. We can always do the Stally after this. Veigar levels up now. So we can always do the Stally after this. And there it is. So, Darkness. It's just Darkness, right? It's just the Stally. Is there anything like burst speed that the opponent could have that could be a problem? What about we don't risk it? What about we don't risk it? That's his last Jayce. Let's not risk him multiplying anything that he might get. Right? Now, the Stally is interesting, but the Stally gets punished by quite a bit of things as well. Opponent blocks here. We're still pushing 2, which gets into that 6 breaking point that we were talking about. What if we aloof first? It doesn't do anything for us, right? I think we just attack. I don't think that loop does anything for us. Ah, he gets the battle feast. Okay. I'm gonna let that go because it gives me a target for the Stali. Which is what I'm looking for at this point. Opponent could have the last Heimer. Opponent could have the last Heimer here. And that would be the problem if we do this. Opponent should kill his own spider to stop us from targeting it. Yeah, that's the ruination. The problem with that ruination is that now it lets us develop, right? So it lets us develop a lot. And this is the last Veigar. Progress day. I actually wish he would have kept that progress day. The Veigar goes face. And we have a Stali as well that goes face. Second ruination is not... Wait a second. I want to keep his units alive so that we can burn him down with its Stali if we need to. And I want the opponent to tap out of Vengeance now. Before we summon the Veigar. Like, I want him to use his mana before we summon the Veigar, right? There's no reason for us to summon Veigar here, so I think I'm always starting with the Stali, even if we're not getting value from having another Darkness in our hand. Because I also didn't want to commit the Darkness and have him lose one of his blockers, right? And, oh, Flasher's Brilliance is not it, but it does mean that he's a little bit tapped out of stuff. It does tell me that the opponent's a little bit tapped out of stuff. Man, this game is a marathon, but I think we get in there, right? Because at the end of the day, Darkness is kind of like a burn deck. Round 25, jeez. At the end of the day, Darkness is like a marathon. So here he goes down to 6, and we get rid of all his blockers. If opponent decides not to do anything, I think I'm okay with that too. Second Flash of Brilliance. I think I like the Conchologist. We can save the Veigar. I like the Quicken. I think at this point we win if we have Veigar. So I like the Quicken a lot. When it gets to heal up though, which is a little bit unfortunate.
I would love to.
He actually should have done it. He actually should have done it so that he wouldn't just lose to the Stali again. Because now I do the same thing one more time. Okay. You go down to A, and this is lethal here. We have the way to save our Veigar. We still have 5 cards. We also gonna get Senna at one point. Oh, so that's game then. That's game then. Who's standing now? This is 3. Do we even care? I guess the Fearsomes, right? The Fearsomes are kind of annoying. So we might as well go for it. Technically, it's not lethal yet. Yeah, we might as well go for it. The Fearsomes are kind of annoying. We can save our Veigar with Quicken. Opponent only has enough mana to do 1 removal on Veigar. So I think we're fine. We have the Dark Ball Acolyte, but we also have just the regular Veigar. Darkness. Opponent already lost all their champions except 1 Heimer, and we get the Senna. He's gonna try to do the lifesteal, I guess, again. So Quicken saves us. That's why the Quicken was the best pick there. Because there shouldn't be anything that he has that can kill this Veigar. That's the 4th Vengeance that the opponent has. And now he's down to 4 mana, which means that he shouldn't have enough mana to kill this. Yeah, and that's game. That is game. Whew, we got there. Only took us 27 rounds, but we got there. Only took us 27 rounds. Man. What a game. What a game. We're both trying to do the same thing, which is kind of burn each other out. But we ended up using so much more value. But you can see the value that Quicken put, because he's just such a punish to the vengeances and the removal that he has. So, whew, GG's. 160 LP, that's nice. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against the Mirror. So this is going to be a slugfest. This is going to be a slugfest. I need to keep the Acolyte. Oh man, I need to keep that blocker. And I need to keep the Vengeance for their Veigar. So I need to keep the blocker for the Catalyzer. I need to keep the blocker for the Catalyzer. I need to keep the Vengeance for their Veigar. We have our own Veigar that we obviously we're not going to get rid of. But the opponent gets Catalyzer here and we don't get it. Okay. I'll take that. Because that means that now we can kill his Catalyzer if the opponent has it. So it means that we can kill Catalyzer if the opponent has it. Now, opponent does have access to Vengeance here, which is a little bit of a problem. Maybe we start with a loop instead of Veigar. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Alright. Let's start working on the darkness then. Let's start working on this darkness. We pass. The Aloof doesn't seem bad though, to be honest. But I pass first and have him use his Vengeance so that then we can use the second Veigar potentially. Darkness at 4 is all we need, because once the Darkness is at 4, it means that we can kill his champions, right? So we want this Veigar to stay in the field. So yeah, so once the opponent does this, he also is getting punished if we have Miscall. But of course, right? They never have to worry about it, right? Which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and do this, and then do the Veigar. Darkness is going to be a 4, which, like I said, means that we can kill their champions, but it's going to mean that we're going to lose 2 Veigars, right? So now we lose 2 Veigars, because the opponent's going to have a second Vengeance. And losing the 2 Veigars means that we're not going to be able to win the game until very late into the game, because we will need to draw the 3rd Veigar. Now, we do have a lot of draw here, which is good at least. We don't attack, obviously, because we don't want this to die. But yeah, our Darkness being at 4 is a game changer. Now, opponent just does second Vengeance right here. It's not a second Vengeance. Oh wait, we can't. Opponent still has access to Veigar, right? Yeah. Okay, so he's just gonna. No, this is just a visual. Oof. I got shook for a second. I was like, why is that dealing so much damage? But I forgot. That's just a visual thing. So here we just kill his Instali, forcing him to have to commit a Vengeance if he wants to. Forcing him to have to commit like one of his units if he wants to. We can go Catalyzer here. When it could go for the Ruination, I guess. We know that our Veigar is gonna die here, unfortunately. But our Darkness is big enough now that I think I'm in a good spot. He got that from Conchologist. Okay. So he denies it, so the Darkness stays at 5. That's still good enough to kill all his champion and in this tally as well. Do we have to start summoning that Senna? Maybe. Maybe it's time for Senna now? Yeah, maybe it's time for Senna. I don't want to do the Acolyte. I want to do Senna. Especially now that we have Miscall. Wow, that Miscall came a little bit too late. You could say I got a life switch. So we cool Miscall to get a Senna back. Now, there is a problem here, right? You know what? Let's just misgo without it, because I don't wanna commit the darkness and then have the opponent summon their Veigar, right? So I think we just lose the value from getting another darkness and just go like this. Opponent still kind of... That's his second vengeance, by the way, right? Now, opponent just tapped out of being able to summon his units, right? So I guess we can go ahead and do this. Just got a little bit of draw. We also have vengeances for his champions if we need it. We can slowly kill his units so that we can get some level of Senna. I want to just level up Veigar first, right? So let's go ahead and do this and level up Veigar, and then we have another darkness. Senna is also going to level up here in response to what the opponent tries to do. Don't want to use the Battle Feast because I'm going to need it because the opponent just did 2 birds, right? So his Veigar or Senna could be really strong, which is a problem. Now, this is our 3rd champion. It's like I said, this is going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a long game. Okay, so he's going to try to obviously just kill us with his Senna. Now, remember, his darkness is at 2, right? So his darkness is only at 2, not at 5. There's like a visual glitch that makes it seem like it's at 5. So then we just go here. We go here, and our Senna stays alive, and we level her up. That's why I wanted to set up the Senna level up. That's his first Senna. We could still die, but opponent just used a bunch of Poke Sticks and a bunch of like Battle Feasts, right? That was also... She also got hit by 1 Shine, so he still has 1 unit that still has a Shine. Let's do the Acolyte. So that whatever the opponent summons, we can kill it. So if the opponent summons Senna, we can just kill it with the darkness. But now this is where the game slows down, right? Which is what I was talking about. It's gonna slow down because we need to literally draw our next Veigar. Sorry, our next Veigar, pretty much. We're still both at full HP. But the difference is that our darkness is at 5 and theirs is... Okay, that helps us draw. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That was the 2nd Shine there, so we know where all the Shines went. We have ways... Yeah, we have ways to kill his Senna. The Senna doesn't matter. Let's do the Acolyte. I don't want to do the Stally. I don't want to do the Stally just yet. So the Acolyte here. The problem is... What if we don't? What is going to have Veigar, right? If they have Veigar, I think I'm okay with that. We still have a way to kill Veigar with Vengeance next turn. And the Veigar is not leveled up just yet. Yeah, that's the Veigar that we talked about. Let's go ahead and push the 3. Remember, this is still dealing 2. I guess it's going to deal 3 now once the Veigar levels up. So, once the Veigar triggers once. We have 2 Vengeance to kill 2 Veigars. And opponent's going to be in the same situation as us, where they have lost multiple champions. Spirit Journey. We're always gonna use it, right? This way we deny another darkness from coming down to the field. This way we deny another darkness from coming down to the field. If he has the 2nd Veigar, he has it. Okay. Unfortunately, his darkness is now at 4, which puts us in the same problem that he's been all game. So now it's whoever draws their next champion, right? Like literally, whoever draws the next champion wins. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this and still have access to a darkness here. It's annoying. That's kind of annoying.
Work the fabric,
Okay.
minions. Work it.
Yeah. He will need to have the last card. He will need to have the last card, and I'm gonna put him on not having it, right? I'm gonna put him on not having the very last card that he needs to make that work. We can go ahead and push the damage to the Stally here. We could have also attacked with the Spiraling, to be honest, because he's always blocking the Stally. So we lost on a free 1 damage here. When he's down to 1 card, we still have another Darkness to kill his next Veigar. Or Minimorph, just as good. Unfortunately, opponent got another Catalyzer. A little bit annoying. But we can do Unspeakable Horror and Bile Feast to stop it.
Guess I'm the big guns now.
We just need to Minimorph that. But I kind of don't want to Minimorph it. No, we need to Minimorph that. That's his third Senna. We're gonna do Unspeakable Horror to kill the Catalyzer. Opponent's gonna Darkness this Stally, I guess. No?
Steady as life and death.
I just wanna get value here. I just want to get value from the Unspeakable Horror at Nightfall. That's probably the best one, because now I can invoke into something else. Opponent's Darkness is not an A, by the way. It's a visual glitch. So his Darkness is only at... Rollmaker has hit twice, and Veigar went once, so it should be a 5. Should be a 5. We should be able to see here. It doesn't tell us exactly how much it was. I don't want to summon this. Don't want to summon this yet. Okay, now we do. So now we do. We kill that Veigar for free while also pushing a ton of damage. And that's his... We already killed 3 Sennas, and this is his second Veigar. So now the Darkness goes phase. Opponent kills here. Sure. Pushes another bunch of damage here. Ours is a 5. Ours is a 5. They're down to 5, so if we get our third Stally, we win the game. These games are just a slugfest against this deck. I need something, right? If the opponent somehow gets the third Veigar before we do, then we're in trouble. But we get the Nightfall here. It's just Immortal Fire, right? It's just Immortal Fire. It's just Immortal Fire because of the elusive, and we win the game that way. And because even if he dies to like a Vengeance, he gets revived. The only punish would have been Minimorph, which still lets us push damage because the opponent has no blockers, right? So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Nightfall. Nightfall. Battlefield is really good. Battlefield is good. I think I want to look for the Catalyzer or the Veigar. Group Shot is good. We get the Veigar, we get the Battlefield. We don't get the Catalyzer. Vengeance is also pretty good. So, I think this hand is pretty good though, all things considered, even without the Catalyzer.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Opponent could summon Diana. Okay. Well, there's no more Diana, right? So we can just block here and block here. We take 0 damage. We take 0 damage. We have a Darkness. We have a Bile Feast. We have Vengeance technically on turn 4. We pass here. Diana is the scary part, right? Because of the Challenger. Are we supposed to Darkness this right now? I don't think we are. I think I'm willing to wait. See what he does first. Yeah, there's the Diana. I'm willing to do this now this way. I don't care about Diana and the damage that she does, and if we target Diana, we lose to Pale. So it doesn't make sense. Here we can just sit and wait. If the opponent doesn't attack, that's okay. Because we want to summon Veigar, right? Yes, that's the Pale. So yeah, we would have gotten punished by that Pale if we had summoned other stuff first, right? Now, this is a lot of damage. This is a lot of damage. I'm not supposed to take this damage. Just so that we can get that Veigar online. I think we are. I think we take that damage just so that Veigar start having a 3-cost darkness, which can actually kill Diana, right? Yeah, I think this is fair. We can summon the Acolyte. Nocturne? Okay. This is going to force the opponent to have to open attack. So this is forcing the opponent to have to open attack, meaning that their Nocturne... I guess they can level up Nocturne here, right? But if they don't open attack, they lose to the Darkness. If they don't pull the Veigar, they lose to the Vengeance, right? So he might get tempted not to pull, which he did, and now he gets punished by the Vengeance because he didn't pull. And we just take 2 damage. It's a tempting pull, so I don't blame him. It's a very good pull. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way because we have the Vengeance. Now, this Nightshade Stalkers are kind of annoying though. Like, very annoying. Because they are pulling that elusive damage. Let's go Roadmaker. And then go Darkness. That way we can do it Stally plus Darkness next turn if we need to. We still have access to a Battle Feast as well. Opponent is that desperate for the job. Oh, because got the second Unspeakable Horror. We're at 10. We can get rid of one of his units. Still have access to the Battle Feast. We have Fearsome blockers. I guess Nocturne is actually kind of a problem. 3 Unspeakable Horrors? Come on. Come on. That's not fun. Here, there's the Guardian. He's only pushing 2-3 so far. We get the Stally Sentinel. If opponent gets Nocturne, he will need to open. Okay, yeah. That's not gonna work because now we have a blocker for the Guardian, right? We have a blocker for the Guardian here. Oh, we lose. That's exactly 9. That is exactly 9. He got exactly what he needed. Yeah, that's exactly 9. He got exactly what he needed there at the end. The Nightshade Stalker plus the Crescent one. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Ekko Zilean. It's an interesting matchup. I think I like the Minimorph to just hit the Ekko right away. It's the best way to deal with Ekko, right? Without having to worry about him having access to the time trick. So we can deal with the first Ekko, but we lose if the opponent has more than 1 Ekko. Like if they have 2 or 3, it could be very problematic for us. We don't get the catalyzers, so well, I guess we have the Wallop, so we do have a way to deal with a second Ekko. At least temporarily, and then try to kill it with Darkness. Don't know if that's gonna be enough though. No Catalyzer in turn 2 though makes a big difference. No Catalyzer in turn 2 makes a big difference. Let's attack. If he blocks, I'm okay with that block. Like, I'm completely fine with this block, right? Oh, the Zilean. He had the second Zilean in his hand, so he goes for the careful preparations. Gets to send a card back to his hand, but also gets to send a Zilean back. We can go ahead and do the Conchologist here. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb is fine. Get rid of one of his units. Because if I can get rid of his units, it's better. That way he doesn't get the value from the other girl. We still have access to the Minimorph here against the Ekko, so that's what we need to save for. And now we have Veigar. Oh, that's not an Ekko. Let's do rope.
I've been practicing, and it's not perfect, but
Look,
If your prediction is correct, we have much to look forward to.
Let's do Veigar. I know it's kind of not the right value because we don't get the darkness, right? We don't get to use the darkness.
Easy does it.
I'm willing to sacrifice this because now he dies to a Poke Stick or a Bile Feast, which is what we're looking for, right?
we'll make them.
We can do the Road Maker here. We don't need the Catalyzer for now because now we have the Veigar on the field. The Road Maker gives us a nice blocker. We have another way to generate darkness here, and potentially we could just level up Veigar as well, right? We don't need to commit this darkness until the opponent commits like something like Ekko.
Our stories, our struggles have built this.
Okay. I'm okay with this. Opponent needs to summon Ekko first, right? And once they summon the Ekko, it means that we can do the darkness on the boost of the Risen, and then minimorph the Ekko. And opponent shouldn't have... I guess Ekko is 4, so opponent could have...
Surprise, surprise.
It's like he wants to play the Ekko, right? He wants to play the Ekko here, but he's not going to have enough mana to predict and be able to actually save the Ekko. So he wants to play the Ekko here, right? The problem is that he's not going to get a predict from the Ekko. So he's going to lose the first Ekko for free. Yeah, because we have the access to the Minimorph here.
This is a joke, right?
Let's Minimorph it right now. I don't want to deal with... I don't want to pass and the opponent passing back to us. So it's always the Minimorph right now. We don't want to lose to Absolvers, so I think we just go like this. And now what we can do is the Dark Ball Acolyte and have access to another Darkness in case that the opponent has a second Echo. Boom. The Darkness is now at 5, so he can kill Ekko even through... Now, the problem is that the opponent has the Chrono Breaks now, right? So the Chrono Breaks become a little bit troublesome for us. I think we should attack with the Catalyzer. Just try to level up the Veigar, yeah? Because at this point, the moment that we level up Veigar, we win the game. So I want to get Veigar to 8, the Darkness to 8 damage as soon as possible. So yeah, GG's. And that's why Minimorph is really useful in this game, in this deck. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Viktor Riven. We do have Vengeances and Minimorph, and obviously the Darknesses that could be really good against them. What if we try to look for Catalyzer and Veigar? Okay, the Vengeance is also good. We don't get the Catalyzer or Veigar, but the Vengeance is better than what we had last turn. Because I think the Senna is not good unless a Vengeance is... Oh, why is he has the attack token on 1? He would get so punished if he didn't have the attack token on 1. But yeah, what I was going to say is that the Senna is not good enough without the Darkness being a little bit buffed up, right? So I think it's fine to take it this way.
I hope that was mod.
I really don't want to do this Acolyte. Like, he doesn't even feel great. Like, it doesn't even feel good to do this Acolyte. If I'm being completely honest. Too many Acolytes. Way too many Acolytes. I guess we'll go like this. We'll go like this for now. We probably should have gone with the Poke Stick instead, to be honest. So that we could start drawing. This not being at 3 is a problem. So this not being at 3 is actually a big problem. We're gonna pass because we want a Vengeance. We want a Vengeance the Viktor. Although it's probably better to save the Vengeance or when he goes all in.
These hands know metal and magic.
Let's Pokey. Let's just Pokey. Let's start our draw. Let's start our draw. Road Maker? That's good. That's a good blocker. But if we do Road Maker, we tap out of Vengeance, which I don't like. So we can save the Road Maker for later. Minimorph? Okay, so we have Vengeance and Minimorph. Let's let him commit all in. Because we have access to both Biofeast as well. So the opponent has 4 blades in their hand. Yeah, so I'm gonna let him commit all in first. We can always use Biofeast this girl here. Opponent goes all in for the Riven, and then we just Vengeance her. And this should be game. Let's do it one at a time first. I get punished if the opponent somehow has a way to discard, like has a power cannon into... Well, no, the survivor skills doesn't save it. Yeah, survivor skills doesn't save her there. So we were fine, no matter which way we did it. Now we even have a ruination for later. That's pretty good. The problem is that the game is going to take a while. Okay, never mind. The game is going to be over in just 1 second like that. Wow. The power of darkness. The power of darkness. I was going to say the game is going to take a while because we didn't get our champions, but... yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. You know what I'm talking about now. These games take forever. Especially against the mirror, especially against other control decks. In a control meta like that, be prepared. Be prepared for very long dragged out games where it's just going to be Shadow Owls versus Shadow Owls. You're trading vengeances back and forth and just trying to get to the win condition. So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that's how this deck works. It's very good. Very, very good. In terms of mulligan, you definitely want to keep your catalyzer, right? You want to mulligan for your catalyzer if you can. If you get Veigar and you're against an opponent that doesn't have a way to remove Veigar, then it's fine to keep the Veigar. But usually I'm looking for catalyzer, looking for Veigar. And if I'm going against Kai'Sa, I want to keep one mini more for one vengeance. If I'm going against aggro, you want to keep some of your early blockers. Obviously, you want to keep your Biofeast, right? Mid-range, you also want to have some other early blockers. But for the most part, it's catalyzer and Veigar, and kind of go from there. Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. This deck just lives and dies by how quickly you can get your darkness to be 4, 5, or 6 damage. So that's where the catalyzer really comes in clutch. Aside from that though, if you guys don't know yet, we are running kind of like a sub-go promotion on our Twitch channel at Twitch Sirturmund, where we're trying to get to 100 subs. And if we get to 100 subs, we're going to do like this super long 15-hour stream. And this is all to celebrate my birthday, which is actually happening today, Saturday, if you're watching this on August 20. So, yay, happy birthday to me. Before we get to 100, we also have some other goals, like chat gets to pick my next YouTube deck, I get to play viewer decks, and then I might give out some free coaching sessions as well. So check out the Twitch Sirturmund channel if you want, and give us a sub if you want to support us in getting to this sub goal. If you like our content as well here on YouTube, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post our videos every single day, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed Darkness, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.